still not holding any pressure. What's going on today, guys? So we're back here with another video, and today we're going to do our compression test on the Lightning. Probably going to be a quick video. There's really not much to it, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. First, you want to pick up your compression gauge from your local auto parts store. I think it was 50 bucks. You just put a deposit, and when you're done with it, they'll refund it to your card or whatever. You're looking for this guy here. Pick that up. Should come with everything you need. You want to bring your car up to operating temperature, so you want to get it to where it normally runs. And then it's as simple as pulling the plug, putting that gauge in, where the plug goes. You want to disconnect your fuses for your fuel pump and your injectors. Also disconnect all your coils just in case. Have someone in the car. Crank it over, turn it over until the reading gets as high as it's going to get, and write the number down. It's pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to warm her up, get her up to temperature, and we'll go from there. But I've never really done this before, so I can't really call it a how-to. This is more learn how to do it with us. I've never done it, but from everything I've seen online, it looks pretty simple, self-explanatory. So we'll go ahead and give it a go. Hopefully we don't screw it up too bad. If we do, everyone's gonna see, so it is what it is. Let's start her up and get her warmed up. Ooh, battery's good. That's nice. Charge for a minute. Haven't been driving it, so that was stupid. Probably should have unhooked everything while I wasn't going to use it, but whatever. Quick jump, good to go. We're going to bring this guy up to temperature. We can turn it off and go ahead and do our compression test. Bring it up to temperature so the metals expand properly and everything is the way it's supposed to be. If it's cold, everything's going to be smaller than it is. Might not get the right seal against the cylinder wall. Not even sure if you can hear me over this, so I'm going to go ahead and come back to you when it's all warmed up. Alright, we got it all up to temperature. Got it up to 170 degrees. It's about what it runs. It's good enough. I don't want it, let it get too heat soaked. My hands are going to have to be in there pulling the coils and everything, but shouldn't be a big deal. It's all warmed up. You want it warmed up, that way the metals can expand the way they're supposed to. Everything can start jiving the way it does when you normally run it every day. We get accurate reading on your compression number. Even though we're not really looking too much for accuracy, we're more looking to see a hurt cylinder versus a not, so we can see what the damage we did, if any. We're going to test one that the spark plug ate, and then test one of the spark plugs that we pulled were good, and just see if there's a difference. But I figured I'd warm it up and see if I get an accurate number as well, just for shits and giggles kind of. So it's all warmed up. Another thing you can also do to see if you have any blow by is while it's running, you pull the oil cap off, kind of place your hand over it. You should feel like a steady vacuum, like a suction, slight suction. And if you feel any puffs of air trying to get out, that can be a sign of some blow by. Air getting past the rings, needs to go somewhere, so it tries to come back out the valve cover. You can also kind of look at the oil down in there, and you'll see the oil start spitting out when it hits that cylinder. It'll spit, kind of puff, you know. So if you see any difference of pressure, that can also be a sign of blow by. Just a way to kind of see how your rings are. But we're going to go ahead and do this compression test. It was the first one and the last one that we had the plug problems. So we'll pull those two, plug the tester in there, and see what we can do, see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back to you when we're ready. Okay, so everything's unplugged and the compression gauge hooked up. We have our assistant in the truck. He's going to hold the gas to the floor, so you want the throttle body wide open, you want everything open, and then he's going to crank the truck until I tell him to stop. And basically what we're looking for is to see where this needle is going to max out. Alright, go for it. Alright, stop. Okay, so apparently something wasn't sitting right, sealed right, tight, whatever, because it wasn't holding any pressure in the gauge. So we tighten everything back down, and we're going to try this again. It started getting dark as shit, so got a light hooked up. Hopefully that helps, but it gets dark so quick early now. We're going to give this another shot and see what happens. Alright, floor it and crank it. Alright, stop. It's still not holding any pressure. Try again. Okay, so as you can tell, didn't quite go as planned. We could not get the gauge to hold pressure. It would just spike and then drop immediately back down to zero. So I'm thinking it was probably the gauge, maybe a bad gauge, or I could just be a dumbass and did it wrong. But talked to a couple people, they said it sounded like I was doing it right. So, but either way, it doesn't really matter too much, because I talked to the guy I'm going to drop the truck off to hopefully this weekend, and he said it doesn't really matter. He's going to take care of it. He's going to do the compression test for me and start pulling it apart and see what we can find. I did put my hand over the oil cap while it was running, and I didn't feel any blow by, didn't feel any changes in pressure. I looked down in there, didn't see any oil shooting up or anything, so I don't think there's going to be a problem. Hopefully not, but I mean, we'll see. So like I said, he's going to try to get it in this weekend and start taking it apart. We did give him, we're going to give him a turkey pan spacer, and that's the only thing I can think of that we can do while it's coming apart anyways. I'm trying to think of things to justify taking it apart, things we can upgrade, but I mean, there's really nothing left to upgrade on this setup right now, unless we're talking blower swap, but I don't have the money for that unless you guys want to bankroll that. I will more than happily put a Whipple on there. But anyways, that's pretty much it. We're going to drop it off, get it all started this weekend, get the ball rolling. It's really annoying just watching it sit here and collect dust, blows, but it is what it is right now. As far as upload schedule this month goes, it might be a little wacky. I might miss a week or two because it's that time of year. We have Christmas parties for our company, we have to go shopping for the kids, and just a lot of things to get done and a little amount of time to do it. It's coming down to the wire and we are slacking. So I might not put a video up this week, next week, one of the weeks. Don't know really what my schedule is going to be right now. We're also super busy at work right now, trying to get ready because they did give us a week off. But now since we have that week off, we got to do all that work before we can have the week off. So super crunch time. Holidays, gotta love it. So not sure when my next video will be, but I will see you guys then.